Welcome to Gary Goes, where my name is still not Gary, and this is part 2 of my Seoul, South Korea trip, and you join me in the gorgeous Bukhansan National Park, which is literally just on the outskirts of Seoul, really easy to get to by public transport, and an absolute must for a hike. Can you hear my heavy breathing? Bloody hell. Considering that most people I've seen walking up here are retirees, it's not easy. I mean, there's a lot of steps, and yeah, now we're clambering over some rocks, but hopefully there'll be a view at the end of it. Here's hoping, because I've got some dried squid that needs eating. Do I go up there? That's the question. Well, obviously I decided to go for it, and I made it. Thanks to a Korean fella that I met. I can't remember his name, sadly, but he showed me the way up here, which wasn't straight up a cliff face on some stairs. That's the way down. And we've parted ways because I think he's gone up to climb that, and that's not me today. I'm definitely at the limit of my endurance, but you know, I've climbed an actual mountain today. Yes, it's one of the smaller ones in the national park, but you know, my intention was to sample it and to get some views, and we've definitely done that. Very quiet today, definitely. If you come in here, come to Bukhansan, not at the weekend, like I say, mainly sort of retired fellas, although the guy that I was walking with said he was working from home, had a meeting this morning, and then changed into his walking gear, which is more than I've done, in just shorts and t-shirt and a little backpack, and made himself up here for a few hours, so fair play to him. But yeah, fantastic views. It's definitely sunnier than yesterday, although a little bit hazy, but you know, you can't complain at the views. I'm just trying to acquaint myself. So that's kind of the city centre over there. I don't know if you can see Namsan Tower in the haze where I was yesterday, and then over there, that tower again, if you can see it, is the Lotte Tower, which is the 6th tallest building in the world, and that's where I am this afternoon if I get down from this mountain, and that's around Gangnam, around the south of the river. So yeah, I'm gonna have my squid and my oh, I can't even remember the name of it now, but the bulgogi kimbap, which is like a sushi roll. Got that for lunch. So yeah, it's just gone 12ish, so I've been walking for about 3 hours. Definitely time to have some food and head down. Catch you later.
You can follow in the first steps of Seoul's transformation into a modern city, beginning with Gangnam-gu Hall at Gangnam-gu Palace, built during the Joseon Dynasty, and onto Bukhansan Street and the Han River during the early modern times. Not only that, you can watch how Lotte World Tower was built as well.
And yeah, after you step out of that very cool lift, you're all kind of funneled into this room where you watch a video on a screen showing the view, and you're just thinking, I don't want to see a video, I want to see the actual view. And then after a minute or so, the screen lifts up, and then you're actually looking out on the view for real, which is very cool. But yeah, anyway, so this is the Lotte Tower. So it's the world's 6th tallest building currently. I think most of the rest are in China now, apart from obviously the Burj Khalifa in Dubai. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, slightly hazy still, but it's lifted a little bit. But yeah, there's a sort of outdoor viewing platform, and then obviously that you can walk the full 360 degrees. This is the other side from the river, where you've got the Olympic Park, And yeah, I don't know if anyone remembers that. That's kind of the icon of the Seoul Olympics in 1988. And yeah, just close to there is the Jamsil Baseball Stadium, where also the Doosan Bears take on the KT Wiz. And yeah, this is probably the best atmosphere I've ever had at a sporting event. So yeah, just soak up a bit of this. Amazing. So a complete change of pace. This is the following day, and this is the edge of the demilitarized zone, actually the civilian exclusion zone. Absolute must do, I think, if you go to Seoul, is to visit the border with North Korea. And this is Paju, which is kind of right on the edge, where people go, and there's like exhibitions, and it's very theme park like, actually. I think they've said to kind of appeal to the younger Koreans, to teach them about the Korean War and things. So interesting. And then obviously on from there, we took a bus tour, and this is the actual demilitarized zone itself, the observation deck, looking right over to North Korea. So basically, if you look in the middle there, that stretch of water, everything the other side is North Korea. And then you can see a couple of the guard posts there on the south side is the demilitarized zone. But yeah, all those mountains in the background, you could possibly see a couple of little towns and cities, all in North Korea. And they've got binoculars that you can look out and see, you know, North Koreans riding their bikes and in the fields. There's kind of propaganda slogans behind some of the cities on the mountains and things. They've also got one of the tallest flagpoles in the world, because there's a bit of a waving competition, I think, between North and South to have the biggest flag. But anyway, yeah, it was fascinating. And then, because I didn't get enough history, I took a trip when I got back to Seoul to the Korean Memorial here, the Korean War Memorial, and then the War Museum. So yeah, this was very sobering, but fascinating as well. Well, I hope you can keep up with all these changes of pace, because we're now out in Hongdae, and Hongdae is kind of the university district, so it's where the main nightlife's kind of sprung up with all the 20-somethings. So obviously I fit right in, but yeah, I had to go and sample out a little bit, go and have a little wander, have some food and a couple of beers, and just see what it's all about. And yeah, pretty crazy, to be fair. Lots and lots of people, lots and lots of bars, restaurants. Yeah, there's some like wannabe idols, I think, doing like girl band stuff and being filmed in the middle of the street. And yeah, lots and lots of neon. I'm not even sure what that van thing is stuck there. It's just, yeah, it's all quite crazy. A bit like Shibuya in Tokyo, if anyone's been there. Again, it's that kind of very neon, very cyberpunky, very young vibe. But yeah, it was definitely worth a trip and sampling. I was probably the oldest one walking around it, but hey yo, what you're gonna do? It was definitely interesting to check out for sure. I don't think I'm ever going to be a food YouTuber with this cinematography one-handed, but this was fantastic. This is James Cheese in Hongdae, and they were like baby back ribs, and they melt the cheese. You get a little cook in front of you and some sort of extras to cook in with it. It's absolutely stunning. I can taste it now. Pretty empty Seoul subway station at night. Hopefully I won't get recruited for any kind of dodgy, nefarious game show type thing. Fingers crossed. So yeah, my original plan on my last full day in South Korea was to get out of Seoul and travel ideally somewhere on the coast, the other side of the country, maybe Busan, but it ended up being very expensive, and for the amount of time I was there, it wouldn't be worth it. So I actually took the subway right to the end of the line to another city or large town called Osan, just to sort of sample what normal life is like in Korea outside of Seoul. And it was all right. It was a bit drab. I've probably found the South Korean version of Stoke-on-Trent. No offense to people from Stoke, but yeah, it was interesting in so much that I was the only Westerner I saw for the entire 2 or 3 hours I was there. Things were a lot cheaper than Seoul. It was interesting. This market was really interesting, again, just full of locals. Had some amazing Chinese Korean food, jjajangmyeon, which was really, really nice. So yeah, it was interesting. It was an hour and a half on the subway, and the subway's massive. You know, like I say, it goes so far. But yeah, definitely worth it. But next time I'd go to Busan. Oh, but this jjajangmyeon was absolutely stunning. I think it was about £6, so absolute bargain. So I can't believe that I haven't yet given you a room tour and a check out tomorrow. So let's crack on with this. Very unusual little single room. This is the Hotel Atrium Yongno, pretty much in the heart of Seoul, as you'll see from the views. But yeah, there is a Samsung TV. I watched a little bit of baseball on that the other night. I'll show you the views in a minute. For a single bed, not a bad size. It's hard as anything, but you get used to it. Pillows aren't bad, all very clean. But yeah, it's definitely bigger than a single, and pretty much like a small double, really. But yeah, so this is kind of in the middle, this little island thing with a phone there, and obviously you've got nothing next to your bed, but I'll stick my phone up there at night. And then you've got this little bit in the corner here with a little desk. The kettle, which was kind of over there, but there's no plug, so I had to move that. And they give you 2 bottles of water a day, which is nice of them. And all the little products and stuff. Do have a little fridge in here where I literally just I had some beers in there, but they've gone. Otherwise, just stick with water in there and milk, because they give you these weird coffee tea bag things, which are awful. You need to put at least 2 in there to make it worthwhile. But anyway, well, yeah, I'll do this view first. So the windows are filthy, which is a real shame, because the views are great. So this is kind of looking towards the north of the city, up to the Bukhansan National Park. One of those smaller mountains to the right of the bigger peak was where I climbed the other day, which was amazing. But yeah, we're pretty much smack bang in the middle here, sort of halfway between the corporate skyscraper area and Dongdaemun, which is like the main shopping area, but walkable to both. Less than 10 minutes, 45, 10 minutes to the nearest subway station. And the bathroom is like a wet room. Oh, that's not come on because of, let me put my key in. Oh, this is really badly organised. Let's stick that in there quickly. Right, whiz back round. But yeah, there you go. It's a wet room, and yes, there is a Japanese, I mean, I'll call them Japanese, but I guess they're just Oriental. Those toilets with the little pipe thing, which once you've used, you don't want to go back, to be honest, without going into too much detail. They are much cleaner, although a little bit scary the first time it jets up, but never mind, that's definitely too much information. But yeah, there's a little shot of me, hello. But yeah, the bathroom's okay, aside from it does flood a little bit. I thought the plug was blocked, so I called them out, fixed it. It was fine for a couple of days, then it's gone back to being a bit blocked, and it's definitely not my hair, so yeah. And there's kind of, again, look at the dirt on the windows, such a shame. But looking across to Namsan, you can't quite see from here, but I'll go out in a minute, into the sort of skyscrapery centre bit of this city. I mean, the city's massive, so you wouldn't really say it's a centre, but yeah, obviously they're building something that's going to be quite big there. I can't say I've been disturbed by the noise, although I have been getting up sort of 7 or 8ish. Right, well, this is cool. So just outside the room, here, hello, there's a little seating, smoking, observation area. I've never seen anyone out here at all, apart from me. But yeah, you can get good views. There you go, there's the main sort of city centre bit there. Again, one of the main city centre bits. Looking across to where the palaces are, amongst those trees. And then yeah, up to Bukhansan. So that is pretty smart. So we're pretty much right smack bang in the middle. That's Gwangjang Market over there, where they have all the street food. And you don't want to see me walk along the corridor, so I'll pause it and then show you the other sort of outdoor seating area. But yeah, not bad at all. And here we go, as promised, you didn't have to walk with me through the corridor. But yeah, again, never seen anybody out here queue, open the door to millions of people, nope. But yeah, it's just a lovely little seating area. Again, come out here with a beer some evenings, which has been pleasant. That's looking across to the east side of the city, so yeah, across to the sort of shopping district, some of the malls, but you can't quite see them, they're behind that building, but that's kind of what's in that general direction. But yeah, this is really nice. A few little plants and stuff, and spin you around. Again, like the hotel, it's not in the best state of repair. I mean, it's a 3-star hotel, and it's it was only just about 50 quid a night, so you know, you can't expect luxury, but it's decent enough for what you pay. And this is definitely a nice little bonus. Wasn't expecting this sort of roof garden, and there don't seem to be many people staying up on this top floor. Whether it's the single rooms, I don't know, but anyway, there we go. That is the Hotel Atrium Yongno in Seoul. So last full evening in Seoul, and I decided to take a romantic, for one, sunset cruise, where there wasn't really much sunset because it was slightly too early and a little bit too cloudy, but it was still really nice, just on the Han River. Very bizarre, you'll see all these seagulls. So whereas I think in England, we'd just be like, they're pests, just sod off. In Korea, like they're almost encouraging it as like a wildlife experience, like buy some pilchards and feed the seagulls. So yeah, I can't say, even if I wasn't on my own, it wouldn't be exactly romantic, more stressful. But anyway, it was interesting. You know, reasonably priced. I think it was like £10-12 or something. It was about 45 minutes. So yeah, it was interesting going along, seeing the sort of council building and the south of the river where they've got this, you know, another little skyscraper district, and then this sort of outside park where people were all having picnics, and there was a kind of little live music gig going on. So I think this was a Sunday evening, so yeah, a little bit of stuff happening, really nice. And then yeah, this is the absolutely gorgeous Bampo Bridge, where they've got a light and water fountain show every evening. I think it's think it's like from spring through till autumn, I think. But it's like about 4 times an evening, so you can get the times online. But really, really nice. They have sort of music alongside it. Lasts for about 15-20 minutes. Yeah, and you can obviously see it from either side of the river, which I've done here, or you can then walk along the actual bridge itself and check out the water fountains from kind of right next to them, which was really, really impressive. Actually, this was better than I expected it to be. Again, this is like 10 times probably more romantic than the sunset cruise. So yeah, definite must do this. So last day in Seoul, and time to get my Gangnam style on. Enough hours to check out the COEX Starlight Mall and this absolutely incredible library. This is a proper Instagram spot, but surely this is the most unique library in the world. I'm not quite sure what you do if you wanted to check out one of those books that's right at the top there, or if you just sort of grab them as you got the escalator. But yeah, this was really, really interesting. And it's not just, you know, an art installation, it is a real working library. So very, very cool here. Gangnam's definitely like the expensive, exclusive kind of district. Didn't spend that much time here, but yeah, this mall was incredible. And then checking out the Gangnam style statue. If I was here and someone else was filming me, I'd have done the dance, but as it is, I'm sorry you're not getting to see that. Just the statue. But yeah, Gangnam was very, very cool. Would spend a bit more time here, I think, next time if I come back to Seoul. But yeah, definitely the most expensive and exclusive part of the city. So just time before I head back to the airport to check out Gwangjang Market one last time, and the food stalls there, which were all incredible. This place has been on Netflix and YouTube for years. One of the many street food markets, but possibly one of the most famous. Lots of different things in store. So anyway, that's the end of my Seoul video. Hope you check out part 1 if you haven't already seen that. And I've got an Abu Dhabi video coming up soon, which was my layover coming back. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed it. Please check out the rest, and please subscribe if you're new, and all of that YouTube jazz. And yeah, hope you've had fun, because I've had fun making the video. Catch you on the next one. Bye bye.